I saw a message earlier today in the Thor Discord that someone was having issues getting abiotic factor running on their Thor, so I thought I'd make a quick video showing how I got it running. This should apply to other games too running on GameNative that are getting errors related to a missing C++ or VC redistributable. So let's go ahead and launch Open GameNative and find our game. In this case, it's going to be abiotic factor. Here we can see it says known config works on your GPU, so the first thing I like to do is just hit the settings button and do use known config. Next, we're going to hit the settings again and do open container. Now, GameNative essentially is sort of emulating like a Windows computer in the back end for you and running a game on top. That's kind of the non-science version of it, not exactly how it works. When you're in here, you're going to have to use your mouse cursor by sliding around on the screen. And then if you tap, it will click. So we're going to need to go into the A drive and then into the _ common redistributable folder here. In the case of abiotic factor, the missing error, if you look at it, is related to the 2022 VC redistributable. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and then we're going to run both the x86 and the x64 files here. We're going to open it. Mine is already installed, so it says repair. Yours is going to have an install button here. You just hit that. In fact, you know what? Let's uninstall, and we will show you. You're just going to get a classic, I agree, install. Great. Make sure you do the x64 as well. You're going to need to make sure you install both of these. If you're getting errors related to DirectX, you would want to come into this folder. Scroll down and run the DX setup file here. Once that's done, exit this. Swipe in from the left side, hit the red X to exit. Now, at this point, the game should run, but you probably won't have terribly good performance if you haven't got the Mr. Turnip driver installed yet. The Mr. Purple Turnip driver. So let's do that. And go in the description, open your Chrome browser, go to the Mr. Purple Turnip driver, or just Google Mr. Purple Turnip drivers and find his GitHub page here. Scroll down and find the most recent release file. You're looking for the add package.zip here. Go ahead and click that and download. And then it says downloaded, click the menu button on GameNative on the top right and go to settings. Scroll down to driver manager. You're going to select import zip from device. Select your driver that you just downloaded. In my case, it's already there, so it says driver already installed. Go back to your game, click the settings, edit container, graphics, graphic driver version, pop it open. Mine's already selected, but you would just need to come down here and go ahead and select the same one, Turnip Adreno driver at Mr. Purple 666. Save, play. Go ahead and make sure this is in performance mode. Put this fan on sport mode. Turn the second screen off. And just for good measure, let's try and clear up some RAM. I'm going to open the app switcher here. Close out of all the extra stuff. There we go. You see the frame rate there on the top left in the menus. Of course, we're not going to quite get those same frame rates once we're launched in the game, but I think it was pretty surprisingly playable, if I'm being honest. Now, I haven't played a lot of this game, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I kind of just poked around and made sure it worked okay. But I figured that would be good enough for most people. Should still be able to see that frame rate. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is go in our settings here and turn most of the graphic settings as far down as we can. Low everything is usually for the best when we're running PC games on a handheld, right? Now, you'll notice I still have the resolution kept at 1080p. This is going to keep the UI nice and crispy and looking good on this OLED. And then if we drop the resolution scale down to 70, that's just going to change the render resolution for all the actual 3D objects once you're loaded in. So let's go back here. And we should see that we're getting a pretty good 30 plus 40 FPS while we're kind of stationary here spinning. You'll notice it's fluctuating. Now the way it works when you're running games on GameNative, don't forget it, as you're running through these different locations, it's going to be caching shaders. So the first time you enter any area, you can expect to get some probably iffy performance. But as your game and your device cache the shaders and the textures, it should kind of steady out. You'll see it's running pretty well now. But yeah, that's really all you got to do to get the game running. If anyone needs any assistance getting other games running, drop a comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next one.